Testing, testing. Alright. Alright. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a while. Oh my goodness. It's been a while since I've last touched streaming and gaming. I mean, I did stream Uma Musume earlier this week, but most importantly, I need to get back into the swing of things. I need to add stuff back. Hello, Road Turtle. Hey, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for everything first. You're the first one on. My throat is doing better, by the way. The coughing is less. Yo. I'm gonna try to keep an eye out on chat a bit more. That way I can be more, how should I say, attentive? Yeah, I want to be more attentive to chat. Alright, what do I remember about this episode? It's been a while. Like, it's been almost a year. No, it has. Oh my god, it has been a year. Look, it says 12/30, 2024. It's been almost an exact year, and what I remember is that there was a murder. I mean, it's always a murder, but it was a murder in a bakery competition. It's like a dessert competition, and yeah, I think one of our client is the one being accused, but I think I remember the general story. I just need to because I think this has to do something to do with Miles Edgeworth's dad's case. Yeah. Anyways, let's get back into it. Alright. December 24, 7:30 p.m. So, right before Christmas, eh? Whoa! Candy Castle, and look! There are even some little elves to go with it. Oh, right. This is actually Miles Edgeworth, Gregory Edgeworth's case. So this is happening in the past. Rooms laid out pretty much the same as Tangaroa's. It's not as cold though. That's something. Let's see. Yeah. Looks like there's a temperature control panel in year 2. Over there, where that orange light is, right? We'd better take a closer look at it when we can. Like a fairy tale storybook in here. And this whipped cream covered construction must be the work of Miss Delicia Scone. Where is Miss Scone? What do you mean? She's right there! I'm just over here, dearie. I mean, she's obviously not the killer, right? Oh, just look at you lovely boys. Delicious Scone at your service. Some cheeky blighters back in Blighty even called me Miss Delicious. Called a lovely boy at 34. Unexpected to say the least. Lovely boys? Really? Even Mr. E? Oh yes, dear. You, the detective over there. You're all lovely boys to me. I'm nobody's lovely boy, lady. Named Bad. I wonder just how old she is. Probably like 70. Got it out of here, Mr. Attorney. That's alright. What is the meaning of this? Chit-chatting with the defense. Ah. Mr. Edgeworth, some scary guy just stepped out of the castle. Von Karma. What? He's Manfred Von Karma? Sorry, mannequins. The notorious prosecutor Von Karma himself, too. Called Mr. Mannequins. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Von Karma, Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law. I couldn't care less what your name is. Your job is to lose to me and disappear, never to show your sniveling face again. Right, this is the case that got Gregory killed. Spoiler alert. Yeah, Gregory gets killed because of this case, by, Manfred Von Karma. Piercing eyes, that furrowed brow. Ugh. You're even scarier than they say. And you might want to keep such rude thoughts to yourself, Eddie. We were hoping you might permit us to carry out some brief inquiries, Mr. Von Karma. Ah! And why would I wish to extend you any such courtesy? Well, maybe if you prosecuted the right people, we wouldn't have this conversation. So long as your inquiries are limited to this room, I suppose I will allow it. Why the sudden change of heart? You, the tall fellow. Name's Bad. Is that so hard to remember? I didn't ask for your opinion. The thoughts of a lowly detective do not concern me. But I do admire your spirit. Bad. See to it that these worms don't step out of water. Why do I have to? I'm not offering you a choice, detective. I need to go and look over Gusto's room. Good day. Alright, jerk. Great, more babysitting. Why aren't Detective Bad and Mr. Von Karma investigating together? Good, cool. They don't seem to know each other well enough to be, for there to be bad, blood between them. Well, looks like we have permission to investigate. Guess we better get to it. Indeed. I'm not sure I trust Mr. Von Karma's motives, but at least we can do that much. Hold up. I haven't been over this room yet either. You're not messing it up. Before I get my chance, you'll have to wait until I'm done. Huh? But I thought you were the lead detective. How come you didn't take a look at this room yet? Take a look at this room. My intonation sucks. How come you didn't take a look at this room yet? Because I wasn't the first one they assigned. One of Von Karma's pets was on the job before me. Right up until just now, in fact. I got here not long before you did. That answers my question as to why they're working separately, I suppose. Let's say we look over the room together, Detective. It worked out well enough before. Then you won't have to worry about us messing things up. You can keep an eye on us as we go. What kind of screwball attorney asked to have a detective breathing down his neck? Guess I'm stuck with you. For a little while longer. Yes! You're amazing, Mr. E! You have our thanks, Detective Bad. Don't be too grateful. This is my seat. The second you get in my way, you're out of here. Of course, we understand. Now shall we begin? Alright, let's begin our investigation of this place. I want to check... Okay, the first thing that stuck out to me was this plaque. The 4 adorable elves in the sweetest little castle made of sweets. So that's the theme behind Miss Scone's creations, huh? Unlucky for her, things aren't quite as sweet around here as she's trying to make out. Okay. What about the area around it? These must be the various tools Miss Scone used to build her castle. Buckets filled with cream, trowels, and a brush. Is she a patissier or a plasterer? Don't you go making jokes at my expense, you cheeky young devil. I don't just slap stuff on walls like a silly old plasterer. I have to spread the cream out lovely and smooth, then work out all the rough patches. That's literally exactly what a plasterer does. You know what? I can't help but agree. What's the matter? Something weird about the ladder? It's not a ladder, Detective Bad. It's a step ladder. Oh my god. the freaking step ladder conversation continues to this day. I'll have to remember this for future reference. Okay. We got an achievement for that. Alright. It's an incredible piece of work. Hard to believe this whole castle is made out of sugar and cream. I know, right? It's like we're inside a magical medieval story or something. I didn't know you were so into such fantastical things. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get so carried away there. No need to apologize. I admire your enthusiasm. So I sometimes wish my own son was as animated as you. You have a son, Mr. E? I do. He's still in elementary school. And yet, he'd rather read a statute book than a fairy tale. I can't help but worry that his interest will make it hard for him to make friends. Don't say that. He sounds super interesting. He'll make a ton of friends. Me included, I'm sure. I like to think you'd be more of a big brother to him than a friend, Eddie. A big brother, huh? Guess I have some growing up to do. Better take this more seriously. Indeed. Then with that in mind, shall we continue our investigation? I must scour the scene and expect anything that catches my attention. Well, the first thing that stands out to me is this, that we're missing these pillars. They have hexagonal, indentations. Looks like something's supposed to go in there. Like that yellow thing over inside the little thing? The thingy thing? Okay. Castle's covered in whipped cream, so maybe a giant strawberry? Giant strawberry with a hexagonal bottom. Look, I like strawberries, okay? Can't blame a guy for wishing. I prefer bananas myself. Blueberries for me. Okay, well, that means that side's also done. Anything on the outside? This is probably the inside area. Okay, nothing on the outside. Doors of the castle have been left wide open. Yeah, was a guy born in a barn? He could have at least closed them behind him. I'd like to see you say that to Mr. Von Karma's face, Eddie. Wait, there's a bunch of stuff inside. Let's see. Hold it, kid. If anybody's going to be handling evidence, it'll be me. Ah, man, the screen's going all runny. Huh. So the temperature's off. Over the detective's shoes. Why are all these items being stored inside a candy castle? Alright, tell me what you want me to look at first. I want you to look at this. 2 big rock crystals. Looks like somebody was using the castle for storage. Kinda expected something a little more exciting behind those doors. Oh, I know. Maybe they're giant uncut gemstones. And maybe this whole thing is based on a story about a castle with a priceless treasure hidden inside. I think I'd treat my priceless treasures with a little more care. There's something on the bottom of them. Looks like a little stand or something. Wow. Wow. I was right, they are gemstones. Yeah, well, I mean, we obviously know what they're, connected together. The hexagonal indentation and the rock crystal stones. The rock crystal stands and pillars in front of the castle feature the same hexagonal shape. I believe the crystals are meant to be placed on top of the pillars. Oh yeah! Hexagon to hexagon! Makes perfect sense! But if that's the case, then why are they being hidden inside the castle? Good question. Next question. Okay, what's the tarps about? Blue cloth. Oh, I thought they were tarps. 4 rolls altogether. They're made of candy. Of course, what this stuff is. Probably to cover. Somebody hid it in here. I think I've seen fabric of the same color somewhere else before. Well, I would have to look at the evidence. Rock crystal inside the castle. The mission engine both belong to Miss Scone. Miss Scone, what were you using the items inside the castle for? Oh, those? Sorry, Lambkin, but I'm not allowed to say. Let me guess. Von Karma? How did you know? Please don't ask me to tell you. Well, maybe we can weasel it out of her. What's that, dearie? You're interested in my little trinkets? my sweet. I use them to make people all lovely and relaxed. Crystals and... Wonderful, don't you should see it? Huh? Either they're great big lumps of salt with lights inside them. Ah, okay. I actually kind of like those stuff. Yeah, why don't I give you lovely boys a taste of my relaxation magic, hmm? Oh, Batty Bumpkin, can't you get out and set it up for me? Batty Bumpkin. You're being so selfish, Batty Bumpkin. You have a fish taking a photos of you. And help Miss Gone here with something. That's so funny. Officer Lovely. I guess it's her way of showing that she cares. Okay, wait. It's supposed to be relaxing exactly. But don't be a big sourpuss, Batty Big. The fun's only just beginning. Officer Lovely, you can switch it on now. Yes, ma'am. Huh. Wow, it's beautiful. I wish my son were here to see it. Isn't it though? Isn't it just wonderful? The 4 adorable elves in the sweetest little castle made of sweets. That's my theme, you see. And I thought it would be extra lovely if it was all lit up. Isn't it the nicest thing you've ever seen? I see. Elves must be feeling a little left out. What? This is how it's supposed to look for the contest. But I'm glad you lovely boys got to see it at least. Wait, shouldn't the lamps be lit up too? Oh, what's happened there, I wonder? Let's look at the lamps, I guess. Oh, scared this. Oh, blood! The lamps appear to be broken. Bulbs are smashed. Both of them. It fell and broke on the floor. Look, there's a red stain on one of the left. That's not just a stain, that's a blood stain! Dun dun dun! I can smell it. Alright. What? But what? It has something to do with why the bulb is broken. We better take a closer look at the other one too. So Miss Gone had actually intended to use these lamps in her display. And why were they stashed inside the castle? Maybe because they're broken. Except there's plenty of other places she could have put them. Best place to hide some salt is in some sugar. Isn't that how it goes? Or perhaps the best place to hide a tree or bush is in the forest. Anyway, if her intention was to put these salt lamps in her final display, that contradicts a certain piece of evidence in my position. Okay, well, I want to see if I can deduce the blunt force trauma and the bloody lamp. Connect these two. We know that the victim was struck and killed with something blunt, and we found blood on one of those lamps, which has a smashed bulb inside. Could the lamp not have been the murder weapon? For sure, it could definitely do some damage to kill someone. You, science guy, did you finish analyzing the blood from the lamp yet? Yes, sir. Just got it done a minute ago, sir. Blood is the victim's, no doubt about it. There you have it. Okay. Murder weapon was hidden in Miss Gone's room. I'm beginning to think we may need to add her out to our list of suspects. Okay, well, let me deduce. Let's see. Wait, hold on. I need to remind myself about stuff. Well, we won't deduce yet. Let me look around already. I wouldn't go any closer unless you want the same thing to happen to you. You've seen behind the door. There's really no need to look again. Okay. What about? Okay, there's nothing about here. I'm gonna look around a bit more. There's a blowtorch and some chemicals here. Yes, it's all for cooking with. I wonder what these chemicals are. Let's take a look at the labels. Mango down 911, homicyanide 247. Wait, they're all poisons. No, sir, they're common colorings and flavorings used in candies and desserts. The first is concentrated mango boiled down to its purest essence. Is that what they actually call it, though? Hence mango down. They're asking for trouble with a name like that. Homicyanide. Yeah, well, wonder what homicyanide would be. There's a small door on the wall here, just like Mr. Tangaroa's room. Here, I'll open it. Temperature 68 degrees, light set to green. Didn't Gusto say green needs to be kept at 50 degrees? Temperature in here is too high. That is odd. I wonder why. Wait. There's more to it? Temperature 68 degrees, light set to green. Didn't we already have this talk? We already had this talk. Hello? Okay. It's a cute little elf made of candy, and it's sitting on a little tree stump. That very good, and the other decorations really add to the dreamlike atmosphere. For too long, we might get swept up in the fantasy ourselves. Yeah, well, our job is to stay right here in reality and get to the bottom of all this. Nobody's getting swept into any flights of fancy on my watch. Okay. Well, wait. I could talk to this guy. Don't turn around, don't turn around. If you turn around, you'll eat it. You'll eat the castle. You'll eat the castle. I guess he's watching his sugar intake. Good on you, buddy. Okay, maybe I wonder if this has the same dialogue. Does it have an illuminated cloth over it like the others? Oh. It's not fair to leave the poor guy out, Miss Scone. Oh, I didn't want to, did I, dear? But one of my cloths and one of my little machines went missing. A cloth and... what sort of machine exactly? Oh, you'll never guess how it all works. Those luminous cloths are connected to these little thingamajigs. They're all called full-spectrum light-emitting devices. We've come a long way in technology. Think of each optical fiber strand. That's what makes the clock glow. With a little bit of fiddling, you can change the light to any color in the whole wide world. Bright red like ferocious fury flames. Or blue like clinking crystals of ice. They have these special batteries that last for a donkey's years, and they don't mind the cold at all. Forgive me. With these machines, they what make the special luminous clock light up in all these beautiful colors, Mr. E? I see. So these light-emitting devices, you lost one of them and a piece of luminous cloth? That's right, Lumpkin. Heaven only knows where they could have gotten to. I see. It could have something to do with the case. Wait, I want to see... Can I connect these two together? Okay. I didn't know when we got that in piece of evidence, because the in this room is collapsing because the temperature is too high. 68 degrees, and my messed up shoes can vouch for that. Yet, when you opened the doors to the castle, the handles themselves were just fine. Yeah, they were sturdier than expected. Sturdy? That's not the way I would describe most things made of confectionaries. I think we better take another look at those handles, don't you? These say those handles aren't made of candy. It's not just the handles. The whole castle. The little elves. They're all just plastic bottles with whipped cream smeared on top. What? So none of this confectionery art is confectionery art after all? No, it's simply made to look like candy, with the cream having been added to lend it all in their authenticity. I think we have some questions to ask. You seem a whole lot less cheerful than you were a minute ago. Is it Mr. Von Karma? Did something happen between you two? Yes. Nothing happened, you see. That was a hello yes, you silly boy. Aren't you the sweetest little sugar dumpling? Remind me, what was your name again? Oh, Eddie. Eddie Lumpkin. Eddie Lumpkin, you'll go so far, dearie. I can tell. It seems our English gentlewoman has taken a liking to you, Eddie. No small accomplishment. She's not exactly what I picture when I think of a gentlewoman, Mr. E. Never mind that now. We should ask her a few questions while we can. During the contest, could you tell us about what you did over at the course of the contest? Of course, dear. Let's see. It's all started about 10 in the morning. That's when we set to work. And, well, I spent most of the time here in my room getting everything ready, as you suspect. Oh, and there was a lovely afternoon tea for an hour or so, from around 1, I think? Afternoon tea? It's an English tradition. chance to drink tea, enjoy a snack, and make small talk. Zags, hello! It's been how are you? I was about to say it's been a while, but I like literally talked to you like yesterday. So kind of like recess? I suppose you can do that. Doing good, kind of tired? I mean, considering where you live, yes, you must be tired. You should sleep. Oh, you really know your onions, don't you, Greggy Pegleg? Pegleg? When did I become Greggy? And where was this afternoon tea served? Out in the garden, of course. There's a lovely little one just outside. They do it at the same hour every break time during the contest. Lay on a nice little spread, you know? I mean, it's only 2:40 a.m. Hello? But today, only me, Samson, Silly Pants, and Moody Judy were there for it. Sammy Poople had already finished his big creation, so he was there the whole time. The poor old Chili Wings and Gusty Pants had to miss out because they hadn't finished yet. Bless them. And I'm saying go sleep. Go sleep. Hello? You're saying everybody except Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto was present. That's right, dear. To tell you the truth, I hadn't finished yet either. But I wasn't about to miss out on tea and cake served by our two TV superstars. I went back to work when I finished, though. Tootled off while the others were still nattering away. And at any point during the contest, did you visit any of the other competitors' rooms? But no, dear, don't be silly. That's strange, because your fingerprints were found in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Ooh. Wait, so you admit you were there? Oh, well, I can hardly deny it now, can I? But I didn't kill anybody, I swear. I suppose I better tell you what really happened. Just promise you'll believe me, won't you, dear? Oh, yee. What exactly were you doing in Mr. Tangaroa's room? Well, I suppose you'd call it research. Research? Sammy Poople's a dab hand when it comes to the old sweet making. Everybody knows that. So when I noticed there was no one in there, I just popped in for a quick bit of research, like I say. And what kind of research? These fingerprints. Yes, well, it stands to reason I'd leave fingerprints, doesn't it? After all, it's hardly research if you don't have a little nibble now, is it? What? You ate little pieces of them? So, the traces of tampering in Mr. Tangaroa's room, that was all you? I'm ever so sorry, sweeties. I didn't mean to make a mess. I just had to take a little bite here and there, didn't I? No, not at all. That's tampering with the competition. Hello? That's cheating. Hello? Chat, am I wrong? Am I wrong for this? Am I wrong to criticize her for this? Hello? Has the world gone topsy-turvy? I didn't want poor Sammy Poople getting upset, so it was just a teensy bit. What's the story here? Okay. So Samson Tangaroo was found dead in his own, confectionery. Now we're trying to find out who did it. Oh no, this is a, confectionery contest. And to be honest, I've kind of forgotten most of the story as well. Because it's been literally a year since I last touched this game. And the stand holding up the ship, you took a bite out of that too, I suppose. Oh yes, dear, of course I did. It was you. You brought the whole thing crashing down. I'm sorry, my lovely, I truly am. Hold on, is that why you left the afternoon tea early? You were heading off for a second helping of sweets? Look! Just please believe me, I never killed anybody, I promise! Her actions were certainly suspicious, but that's about all we can say for now. Yeah, I don't think she killed him. Okay, so I'm supposed to be presenting deducing. I wonder if I can connect these two together. She was... Okay, that's my own fault. I really thought I had something. Me too. I was thinking... Let's go back to the beginning. No, so I was thinking maybe she did the confectionery research because she sucked at making confectionaries, but I guess not. So here, okay, here we're supposed to deduce. If she wanted, okay, my deduction is why it's not her, is that she wanted to use this as her centerpiece for her, contest. So she wouldn't, be the murderer, right? Okay, I have to use the evidence. Ad break should have started right now. Should start soon. So we'll wait for the ad break. Go get some water. Go piss. Do what you need to do. Follow your body functions. And well, I'll see you in 3 minutes. I think that's what it is. Take a 3-minute nap, exactly.
Paimon accidentally swallowed some water.
Okay, I hydrated. What was that? Who was that? Who did that? What's up in the wind? Alright, welcome back from the ads. Hello? Why is my control? Okay, controller's working now. Okay, so I think stands and display materials will be provided. I think this is what well, I mean, this, I'm pretty sure this is what we're supposed to do. Because this is a salt lamp. We're not supposed to, they're not supposed to, I think. It breaks the rules.
Eureka!
Let's take a look at the list of rules for the contest, detective. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. That means the salt lamps and the luminous cloths would both have been against the rules. Aha. Is that why they were stashed away inside the castle? I think we need to dig a little further into this with Miss Scone before we can say for sure. Aha, aha. Okay, let's see, I don't think this connects anything, but we're gonna do it anyways. Oh, it does. So not only did she use decorations that were against the rules, she didn't even make any real sweets. Miss Scone made a mockery of the rules. Yeah, guess she's not gonna get crowned world's greatest now. And why is it so warm in here? Do you think it's got something to do with all this? Fake confessions added to the court record. Aha, that's a good question. I think we'd better go ask Miss Scone herself. Alright. Temperature of the room. Miss Scone, why is the temperature of your room set to 68 degrees? Because I hate the cold, don't I, dearie? And besides, being chilly's no good for girl. She's a fraud! She's a fraud! If I want to keep my fresh face complexions, I got to be careful about these things. Never mind, I take it back! She killed him! How old is she really, though? That's what I'd like to know. Not polite to speculate on a person's age, Eddie. But most of your work is made out of whipped cream. And whipped cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees or it starts to deflate. Is that so, dearie? Well, silly me, eh? I only gone and make a whoopsie. Wait, she really didn't know that? Huh, world-class confectioner, my foot. Not only did she break the rules by using fake candy, she's ignorant of basic facts around her craft. It's shaving cream. No. Miss Scone's girls, Monsieur, more mysterious by the minute. Hold up. So that's why she was doing research. Because she has no idea about confectionery. Miss Scones appeared to last basic knowledge about how confectionery is created, and she says that she snuck into another entrance room for research purposes. Hardly the actions of world-class confectioner competing for a major prize. Yeah, not how I'd picture a top pro acting. Does she maybe just lack a little confidence, or is she not actually a confectioner at all? Perhaps she had another agenda altogether! After all, we only have her word for it that she went into that room to do some research, quote-unquote. Wait, you mean maybe she went in there to commit a murder? There's no way of saying so for certain just yet. She is hiding something, that much I'm certain of. No, it's definitely sweet cream, but she's just a fraud. Yes, we've certainly found plenty of interest. Something's been bothering me for a while now. Mr. Von Karma would have surely found the murder weapon when he searched this room. And yet, he didn't arrest Miss Scone. He didn't even seem interested in questioning her. I think our first priority should be to find out what he's really up to. Detective Bad, I have a few things I'd like to ask Mr. Von Karma. Me, too. Him and Scone. How could you, Batty Bumpkin? Stop staring at me like that. Well, I can't not stare at you when you're being so sus as fuck. Miss Scone, would you be so kind as to accompany us? Of course, dear. Where are we off to? To find Mr. Von Karma. Mr. Von Karma, we'd like to speak with you if that's alright. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Judging by your faces, I'm guessing you found the murder weapon. We did. It was in Miss Scone's room. Which means that Mr. Tangaroa should no longer be the only person of interest. Ah, nonsense. Doesn't matter where the weapon was found. Tangaroa is guilty. And as long as this is my case, guilty he shall remain. How can you be so sure of Mr. Tangaroa's guilt? You have an explanation, I see, for why the murder weapon was in Miss Scone's room. Man, Von Karma has a sharp jaw. Yes, he does. And I'd be delighted to share with you. The murder weapon. Tangaroa killed Frost with one of Scone's salt labs in order to frame her for the murder, okay? To complete the deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done. After all, if it had been found near the victim's body, Tangaroa would have seemed doubly suspicious. A body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon, considerably less so. And that is why there was no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. So it's your assertion that Mr. Tangaroa took the salt lamp back to Miss Scone's room. I mean, okay. He makes a great point. It could be Tangaroa. But since we kind of know the outcome of the case, I mean, some of the case. Since we know the outcome of some of the case, we know that's false. It is indeed. But it is more than just an assertion. It is a fact based on my own investigation. You mean you have proof that he did so? I don't need any such thing. What? Tisk, tisk, tisk. If you have a rebuttal, I'll be happy to hear it. But I highly doubt you'll be able to fault my logic. Okay. Salt lamps in order to frame her for the murder. Okay. To complete the deception, he took it back into her room once the deed was done. Hold it! You're talking about the lamp made of rock salt that was hidden inside the candy castle, correct? Precisely. I was the one who found it. So be grateful. It's thanks to me you have even such a vital piece of evidence. What made you go inside the castle in the first place, if you don't mind me asking? Good point. Maybe he just wanted to see what it was like there. So you think I went into there on a whim? I went in there because detectives are an incompetent lot, so I investigated it myself. But I had nothing to do with the initial investigation. That's right, Detective Bad wasn't a part of this investigation until the very recently. If you want my trust, Detective, you'll have to earn it. A good first step would be to stop wasting my time. Now, if you'll allow me to continue. After all, if it had bound and mere Von Tangaroa would have seemed doubly suspicious. Hold it! But he came under suspicion anyway due to the body being in his room. So why? Would you like to hear a favorite expression of mine? Even a dog can hold still and stay. Now let me finish. Only I could say the same to you. A body made hard to move, but a murder weapon, considerably less so. Okay, that's fair. Hold it! So you think he hid the body in the chest, but removed the murder weapon from this crime scene? Yes, you foolishly believed his own creation to be a perfect hiding place. I'm sorry, I had to help myself. I think you mean you couldn't help yourself, no? She doesn't seem very sorry to me. In any case, the weapon was taken away while the body remained at the scene of the crime. That is why there was no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. Wait, I have an issue with this statement. Because we have finger marks here saying that someone... Objection! It has no bearing on this discussion whatsoever. It doesn't? What? Tisk, tisk, tisk. If you're going to cut in, at least do so with some finesse. Okay. Well, let me press on that. But if there's no proof, how can you say for certain that Mr. Tangaroa is the culprit? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Is that the best you can do at pressing me? Listen here! The presence of the body in Tangaroa's room is in itself proof of enough of his guilt. Objection! You didn't find evidence pointing to any other possible suspects. Perhaps you should take another look. You might... You really don't give up to you. There's no need to take a look at it. Tangaroa is guilty. End of story. If you insist on asserting otherwise, then show me some proof to back up your claims. Okay. I think I have an idea. Won't have much of an effect, I fear. My only hope is to find a piece of evidence that contradicts his claims. Okay, it's gonna have to be the last one. Okay, I think it's gonna be this PH, right? Do we have a... We have no one named PH? Let me look at this fingerprints. It says it had fingerprints, but whose fingerprints is it? Yeah, there. Like, how do you even get your T in there? Art isn't about function, Gregory. Eddie, it's about form. Guess I'll have to take your word for it, Mr. D. This art stuff is way beyond me. I want to look at. Wait, but there. It says it has some fingerprints on it, but I wanted to know. Look, there's something stamped on the bottom. It says PH. I suppose that must be Paul Leek's watering mark. Those are his initials, after all. Miss Bound said she's a fan of his work. Yeah. Practice by initialing your personal belongings first. Wait. Okay, so... So we have Halik. Wait a second. There's also the cloth. The cloth is right here. What if we present the cloth? I hope you guys have a good evening. Thank you for stopping on by, Zags. I hope you have a good night. Go sleep. It's like 3 a.m. over there. Hello? Go sleep. Objection! It's true that the murder weapon and the blood-stained chocolate were removed from the scene of the crime. But something else remained that does point to one person in particular. Take another look at the photograph of the body, if you will. The cloth covering the victim's lower half. Is that not one of the same luminous cloths found in Miss Scone's room? What's that, dear? One of my lovely colorful cloths? At the scene of the crime, you say? Luminous cloth. Nonsense. I see no light to speak of. I guess he doesn't know how it works. If it may look like ordinary fabric. But attach one of these light-emitting devices, and the difference soon becomes apparent. Look at his face. I don't think he was expecting that. But the fact that the cloth can be lit up is neither here nor there. We have to show why it's important. One of the rolls of cloth from Miss Scone's room went missing, and if you look closely at the blue cloth in the picture, wouldn't you say it's clearly made of the same material, Mr. Von Karma? The salt lamp and the luminous cloth both belong to Miss Scone, and seeing as the body was wrapped in said cloth, surely even you have to admit that's suspicious. Mr. Von Karma, I think it's time to accept that a number of factors point to Miss Scone as a person of interest. Greggy Pegleg, how could you? You're accusing me of all people. Yes, I'm not accusing you of anything just yet, but I do think you're hiding something. That's not... Just to clarify, your assertion is that both the murder weapon and the cloth were in Miss Scone's room prior to the murder. Exactly. Tisk. It's something funny. Only that you walked so carelessly into my trap. Neither the cloth nor the murder weapon were in fact in her room. I'm so sorry to have to break it to you. What does it mean? Tangaroa spotted them before the contest began and noted that the lamps and cloth contravened the rules. He subsequently confiscated them and took them to his own room for safekeeping. What? Then, after the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost as he had secluded himself in his room, and the only person capable of entering his locked room was Tangaroa, possessing as he did the only key. Wait a second. Wait, that makes no sense. Because if he knew the whole time and he confiscated it, then why would he put it back in the room or at the very least use it as a murder weapon? I have everything I need to get Tangaroa convicted all along. Well, how does it feel? You have lost to me before even setting foot in the courtroom. This can't be happening. Well, wait, all our hard work was for nothing? Miss Gon, why didn't you tell us your stuff was confiscated by Mr. Tangaroa? Well, here, Mannequin said that if I spilled the beans, I'd end up being the one under suspicion. Mr. Von Karma said that. And he wasn't wrong now, was he? You two accused me of yourselves just a second. But that was because you didn't tell us that it was confiscated. It's just pathetic. Curse you, Von Karma. You led us to the murder weapon knowing we make certain assumptions as a result. One more thing, my pathetic friend. There are two, and only two sets of fingerprints on the murder weapon. Two? Yes, those of Delicious Gon and Samson Tangaroa. No others were found. Tangaroa used a lamp he had confiscated to murder Frost. And that was foolish enough to hide it in Miss Gon's room without first removing his fingerprints. At this rate, no one will even need to testify. My perfect evidence will do all the talking for me as I secure its verdict. Wait, what about the luminous cloth that was left behind in Mr. Tangaroa's room? What about it? He probably meant to return it after disposing of the body. It just still doesn't make sense. Why would it ever be returned into that room? This investigation is not over yet. Detective Bad, what is the meaning of this? Sorry, but I'm not in the habit of leaving cases half solved. There's still one last thing from the crime scene we haven't identified. He's right. We still have the evidence of somebody's activities to account for. We can discuss your lingering doubts at our leisure, Detective. But whatever they might be, they're no business of the defense.
Objection!
Actually, it is. I beg to differ. It might be the same thing that's bothering Detective Bad. Unidentified something that was left in Mr. Tangaroa's room.
Take that!
There are finger marks on one of Mr. Tangaroa's creations. Supposing they belong to the murderer, it could certainly explain how their prints didn't end up on the murder weapon. How do you know so much about the crime scene? Because I let them look around. You let the defense examine the scene? Bad? Are you out of your mind? I don't remember you telling me not to. Insolent worm. You would do well to remember this then, Detective, that the results of your next salary review are up to me. And you do well to remember that the results of your salary review are up to your performance here. A mere attorney covering such a fact based on a cursory investigation, I'm almost impressed. But it's entirely possible that those finger marks belong to Tangaroa. After all, he wore gloves while preparing his
Objection!
But can you prove conclusively that the finger marks are his? Furthermore, there's still something about Miss Gon that doesn't add up. Is there? Or are you simply not prepared to admit defeat? Oh, stop it, Greggy, stop it! I owned up to nibbling poor Sammy Poople Sweetie. So what more do you want? I don't want to have to make you a suspect, but that much is certain. But you lied to us, and you're still not telling us everything. I'm sorry, but you don't even know the temperature of whipped cream should be kept at. What kind of professional confectioner doesn't know something as fundamental as that? I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry, I'm just a silly muddle-headed girl. What more do you want me to say? I don't think you're muddle-headed at all. I think that you were never a confectioner in the first place. Enough! I'll thank you to keep your baseless accusation to yourself. Evidence is everything in a courtroom, in case you've forgotten. If you're going to accuse a witness of perjury, then I demand you present something to back it up. What proof do I have that Miss Gon doesn't know first thing about making desserts? I wish I could present the thermometer, but that's not enough, I guess.
Take that!
Every single one of Miss Gon's creations break the rules of the contest.
Objection!
The offending items, the cloths and the lamps, were duly confiscated, as we have established, and the witness did not go and bring them back to her room herself.
Objection!
But those weren't the only rule-breaking items in her room. What? The entire fantastical world Miss Scones created, every last bit of it, is all just a collection of plastic models slathered in whipped cream. That cream is the only authentic confectionery in the room. No real-world title contender would ever stoop so low. Is this truth bad? Yep, saw it with my own eyes. Stepped in it with my own shoes. Did we finally convince him? With her lies exposed like this, surely he can't continue to deny the facts. Miss Scone, your actions place you firmly on our list of suspects. But no dear, I'm no killer. Then why don't you finally start telling us the truth? Who are you really? And why were you tampering with your rival's work? Alright. Yeah. The truth is, I'm not the adorable little cook you see before you. I'm actually a pharmacist, if you can believe it. A pharmacist? This gonna be further from what we'd imagined. So what's somebody in your line of work doing entering a contest like this? Sammy Bull sees her best, or so they say. I just had to enter. I didn't mean to end up making it all the way to the final. Even Mr. Von Karma's lost for words. That's it? That's the only reason you're here? Yes, dear, and it was worth it. Samson's Silly Pants Sweeties are the tastiest treats I ever did eat. And the finger marks? Were you the one wearing the gloves? No. That wasn't me, dear. I don't even wear gloves. Remember, Miss Guns were found elsewhere on Mr. Tangaro's other creations. I say that points to her not having worn any gloves. Exactly, my kid. Greggy Peglegs got the right end of the stick. I'm an innocent woman. Is your head filled with cream too? Let's go. Where Mr. Tangaro's works, the only ones you sample. No, dear, I couldn't help myself. When I finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed over to Chilliwank's room for a little taste too. You were in the victim's room too? Yes, dear, nobody was in there, you see. But I could only stomach one little bite. I never tasted anything so salty in all my life. So I had myself one of the tasty star-shaped bits off to the side to cleanse my palate. I need to know. Craigie Peggles, mannequins, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make a mess of things. That's all that, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to investigate the victim's room now. We'll see how truthful you've really been after I'm through. Mr. Von Karma, please let us accompany you. I think it's only fair that we be allowed to investigate the veracity of our conclusions. Accompany me if you'd like, but don't think for a second you'll be permitted to conduct your own investigation. We'd like to accompany you all the same. Let's go. Somehow, the defense and the prosecutors are working together. Crazy stuff. What is the meaning of this? When we got to Frost's room, we saw nada. It was all gone. The whole enchilada. Was this a work of the culprit? A dead body hidden in a chocolate chest? A murder weapon moved mysteriously to another room? This case was a real peach, and it was going to take some serious sleuthing to get to the bottom of it all. Back to present day. I totally forgot why we're back here. Didn't mean to bend your ear for so long. I had no idea how it all came about. I read the files, but they don't go into anywhere near that level of detail. I'll bet they paint things in a much rosier light for the prosecution too. Von Karma was the one in charge after all. What happened with the case after that? Well, with the ice sculptures vanishing from the victim's room, things hit a bit of a rough patch. So rough, in fact, it took a full year before they could even reach a verdict in the trial. A year? This was back before they brought in the whole initial trial thing. You didn't have to finish up in double quick time like you do nowadays. I see. Did they ever find out how the victim's creation managed just to disappear? I mean, it's ice. It probably melted. They were sorbets or frozen desserts or whatever you want to call it. ice in other words. And if it's made of ice, it can melt, which is exactly what they concluded must have happened. But there's a chance that wasn't how things actually went down. What do you mean? So this place is a gallery these days, but back then, it was Samson Tangaroa's place, yeah? Rogi, hello, welcome for the first time. I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for the alert. I hope you have a good time. We'll return later. Alright, take your time. Indeed, and the site of the IS-7 incident. Well, word is, Frost's ice sculptures are suddenly back on fire alert. Aw, I appreciate that, Grogi. I appreciate that. Please do what you need to do. And then when you come back, just let me know. "18 years after that fateful day. What? The very same sculptures the victim made. Who knows? Could be they're just modeled on the originals. But I figured it was worth coming down for a little look-see just in case. Seemed like the least I could do for poor old Gregory. Well, alright then. Let's go take a look at these icy marvels, shall we, kiddo? I believe they're on display in the Winter Wing, as it's very snazzily known. So, Winter Wing, Winter Wing. Huh? I don't believe it! It's locked! The gallery's open for biz, but the Winter Wonder Wing's off limits? What gives? Fender. Perhaps you should look more closely at the pamphlet we were given. The Winter Wing is over there. It is? Freaky. Could've sworn it was this one. Anywho, shall we? Time to dive on in and see what we should have seen 18 years ago. Wait a minute. I recognize you. You're the... Was it episode 3? No, not episode 3. Was it game number 3? He was the guy who was faking being the master, the Phantom Thief. Wait, if that's the case, then that was actually the last game.
Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel!
Through the mountains, secret tunnel!
Paimon accidentally swallowed some water.
Thank you so much for the hydrate, Plastic. I hope you're doing well. How are you? All right. I'm posture checking. All right. You know, writing. Oh, what you're writing? I'm curious. I'm thinking of what to write. I mean, that's still writing. I personally believe thinking of what to write is the first step into actually writing. So, you know, you're still writing. Creating characters? Oh, shit. Are you doing something like a D&D campaign? Oh, are you in a D&D campaign? An assistant for Australia in the year 2919. That's such a specific year. I am in 3 different D&D. Oh my god. Yeah, that's really cool. I could never go into D&D, but I'm always happy to just listen to people talk about D&D. It's really fun to listen to. I just don't think that I can personally do it, but it's always fun hearing other people passionate about it. And like, I actually have a whole group, friend group that's starting a D&D campaign soon, and it's like magic school. And I've been pitching out ideas to the DM about it. We've just been I mean, mostly it's just me goofing off because he asked me for like random ideas, so I've been just spouting random stuff at him to see what they would stick. Making parasites right now that the players might find. Ooh, parasites. I think fantastical parasites are the scariest shit. I mean, in IRL stuff, IRL parasites, the scariest one that will ever come close to you will be the cordyceps. When it comes to parasites, but everything else is real. So mystical, mythical versions of it is scarier, you know. Taking cryptids to make things better. Oh, like what kind of cryptids? Like, are we talking like Goatman, Mothman, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster? Or what? I got a thing called the Fast Jacket that's huge match muscles on hope. Kind of like anchor armors from the SpongeBob. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. that's amazing. Oh, whoops! I accidentally pressed A. Okay, but hear me out. Like, an eyeball parasite that attaches to you, gives you a third eye and then attaches to your nervous system, and then gives you a third eye. Basically, it lets you have better depth perception. But okay. It's not. I guess it's a parasite, but it helps you identify better. Controls almost invisible. The naked eye uses them as an ambush predator. Oh. Okay, so yeah. So hear me out. Like a parasite that crawls his way to your forehead to get to your brain easier, attaches to it, it becomes a third eye. It helps you suck. It makes you hungrier, but it helps you identify food much easier. So let's say you're foraging and you have a better perception check just for foraging only. And hunting, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Because all it wants you to do is survive, or survive food and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, it is the winter wing, but you're right. It's like a freezing here. Be a trick of light, but it feels like the whole room is made of ice. The temperature controls will be somewhere at the back there, if memory serves. Hey, Monster, can you go peep the degree count? I think a complaint to management is in order. There is such a thing as too cold, yeah? Alright, if you insist. Most everyone taking the sights while you're at it. I got a camera I need to prep for action. Feel like your pop might appreciate a picture of all this. I'll put it on his grave so he can have a gander. Of course. Aw. Oh, no, I'm not leaving. I just wanted to look. I can lend you some of the old fenders for your jacket, of course. I'm not trying to leave, I just wanted to talk to them. So how about this? I scream out. Oh no, this must have worked out villain to Mask. Oh yeah, Mask the Mask. That's... Mask the Mask was, We're called, ooh, dystopian future, Prime Minister is 100. 27-year-old brain in a jar. Very wait. Futurama has something similar. I'm not saying it's not unique, but like it makes me think of like that Futurama with the presidents. And then what's the other one? There's a Doctor Who episode where like the Overlord was just a head. Power Rangers too. Didn't they have a leader at one point where it was just a head? I think I'm pretty like that creeped me the fuck out when I was a kid. Exactly are these two plotting? There's an enormous block of ice on display here. Heads in jar a year, but next year a new law is coming around, so I thought it was funny to make him a brain in a jar. Well, you must be 80 plus. Oh my god, we already have politicians in this day and age that's already like that. We don't need older politicians. We need younger politicians. There's some explanatory text engraved in it. Castor and Pollux. Every year in December, countless shooting stars can be seen emanating from this constellation. So then, Mass needs to. Yeah, and then I wish these two would stop talking so loudly. It's difficult to concentrate. Yeah, actual law. Ah! Never mind, I'll just go take a look at some other exhibit. Okay. Bender, I can't seem to find the temperature controls you mentioned. Oh yeah, it's a little tricky if you don't know where it is. Here, I'll have it open for you in a jiff. Huh? Dang, thing's locked. Makes sense, I guess. Wouldn't want the visitors cranking up the thermostat and melting the art. On this a few hours because they want to try an episode one this Tuesday. Ooh, okay. Constant 27 degrees. Oh, woo-wee. That's colder than the snowman's cold bits. I'm gonna freeze to death in here. Guess there's only one thing for it. Somebody's getting a snuggle. Hey, what's that icy stare? You want me? Wait, this lamp here is made of rock salt. It's illuminating the diagram of the zodiac just above it. Yes, both Gemini and Taurus are not only zodiac signs, but constellations that are visible during the winter. But that rock lamp is important. Crystal. The ones in other rooms are made of crystal glass. Ice might be rather fitting for a summer wing too. Who doesn't like a nice snow cone on a sunny day? But then it would probably be too similar to this room, I suppose. There's a huge block of ice on display here. It must be incredibly heavy, but maybe not. Would it being hollow on the inside? There's a constellation engraved into the surface. Hey, I wish you the best of luck, Plastic. I think that's all I can say. Good luck! The Pleiades known to some as the Subaru. Subaru! The car company? Why car? One trying part of the single constellations. I guess people in ancient times weren't hugely careful about such things. Okay, what about you, kid? Who are you? A boy wearing a backpack. What's he doing at an art gallery on his own? Ah, she wanted to run a gallery so bad she just quit the industry? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Huh. Interesting. That might be interesting. Ugh. Guess these are remakes of Frost's work from 18 years back. Real eye-catching stuff. Ice sculpture's a heck of an art form, huh? I think that I get to see them instead. So many years later. Sorry to butt in while you're deep in a thinkhole, monster. But would you mind looking this way for a second? This way. Beautiful. Yeah, just like that. Bender, really? Please don't do that again. I don't like having my picture taken. My bad, big guy, my bad. Had to check if this old thing was still working is all. Now that you mention it, your camera does look rather ancient. Yep, vintage model. You ever hear of instant camera? Bro, I do, you know, because the world is kind of bigger than I'm used to making as well. Little steps. Small steps, baby steps. Plastic, you got this. I believe in you. No, Mr. Know-it-all. You really are your father's son. Alright, step aside and you get some good shots of the room here. Paul's joking. He looks very serious about the pictures he's taking. He must have his own theories about the IS-7 news. Whew, I should have been paparazzo. These are gold, and they develop right away. Wanna see? Well, since you've already shoved one in my face. Alright, Brainiac. Question, what do these two sculptures represent? Taurus and... Gemini. That's why this is Winter Wing, right? Because they have the Winter Star stuff on display here. Wait. Is that right? Okay. Old Rogue on the block, that's yours for keepsakes. So the victim made these same Zodiac statues out of flavored ice for the contest 18 years ago. Sure did. Lovingly crafted life-size desserts. I only ever saw the old ones in photos though. But these are the spit of the originals. So this is what you wanted to show me? Yeah? I think Gregory would have wanted you to see him too. And I may not have had it in me to come here on my own. Sorry to drag you along. I'm happy to be able to see where my father's final case unfolded. Good to hear you say so, Palio. Absolutely not. No more pictures. Alrighty, I got the shots I wanted. Shall we scoot on to the another wing to see what's cooking? Might as well do the full tour while we're here. I suppose so. What? In for the fountain room. Come on, let's go see what's up. Butts. And is that... Larry Butts. Larry, what are you doing here? Actually, never mind that. What on earth is going on? Actually, you should have seen it. It was awful. Just calm down and tell me why there's an unconscious man on the floor. I didn't do anything. He just fell down in front of me. Wait, I know this guy. That's Samson. Is everything alright? Don't you know it's rude to make a racket in an art gallery, you naughty boys? He's dead! Wait, the smell. He's still breathing, but I know these symptoms. It's not safe, Miles. Get everyone out. There's poison gas coming out of the room. Wait, but the lady is a pharmacist. Maybe she spread the poison. How's the victim doing, Fender? Not good. He's inhaled a lot of gas. He's still out, and it sounds like it's pretty serious. But the paramedics said there are no signs of external injury, and he was conscious before it happened. Anyways, he's alive, just barely. He's lucky we found him. Well, like I said, he's not out of the woods yet. They put him in a medical room with a specialist. I see. Seemed like you knew him, Fender. Sure do. That was Carmelo Gusto. He was here back when the whole IS... Wait, that's Gusto! Not, what's his name? Samson... Tar or something. Maybe I could check here. Nope. Any hoozles, this guy here seems like he's in rude health. Old pal of yours, Miles Reno? Yes, something like that. Are you okay, Larry? Something like that. Are you serious, Edgy? You've known me since elementary school. Crush this guy's feeling, why don't you? Anyway, you know you're supposed to call me Laurie Donen. Well, I'm dressed like this, so no more Larry, okay? Got that? Larry. Praise Bowl buddies. I need to go tell Gregory about this. He'll be over the moon to hear you have a pal. He was always worried you'd never click with anybody. Hear that, Edgy? Never mind that now, Larry. What are you doing here? Maurice, Edgy. How many times are you doing here? You want to know why I'm here? Why the heck do you think? For my art, of course. Oh, and I'm coming on a date with here with Lulu soon, so I thought I'd better scope the place out. Somebody take me in just for one. Did you notice anything when you found the victim? Nothing in particular. Didn't you say you'd seen something awful? Oh, that. The old guy. He disappeared and then splat. He was on the floor. Scared the life out of me. I can only apologize for the trouble you experienced. I'm duty bound, the gallery manager. It's good to see you, Judes. Mr. Fender, it's always a pleasure. So she's the one in charge. Can't believe you had to go through something so awful and on our first day in business. Hey, quit that. It's not your fault. Oh wait, I guess I better introduce you guys. Judy, meet Miles Bedford. Son of late great Gregory. She's hot. Smash. Next question. Even though she's like, listen. She was like already 20 something, plus 18 years because that's what they said. You know what? She looks great. She looks great for 38. I don't know how old is she. Oh, hey Judy, can I get an autograph? Right in here. Well, if you're sure you'd even such a thing. You know who she is, right? She is she's a very huge person. I finished my last moving just the other day. Someone we couldn't say that they would come visit once we open. Anyway, here you are. And good luck with your artistic endeavors. Peas and pod, Laurie. Peas and gosh dang pod. Good for you. Practice your drawing somewhere else or something. You did come all the way to art gallery. Place off your duty. Right idea once in a while, G. Alright, Judy, seeing as you were nice about it, I guess I will. Be right back. Yeah. That's one way of putting it. I can only apologize. By the way, there's another one with you before. Where is she now? I mean, Delicia? Delicia Skill? She's in the medical room helping take care. I'm very sus of her. Only one. Delicious Scone? We've heard that name before, haven't we, Fender? Sure have! Sounds like our IS7 bingo card is complete. It tells me this isn't a coinky thing. Perhaps I could offer you gentlemen a cup of tea. My eyes are squinting ever so strongly. Do you think, Jews? Thanks again. Alright, my throat is not in a very talking shape. Salin? This citrus will improve one's ability to concentrate, right? Your old man said those exact words 18 years ago. Really takes me back. Jews cooled the sausage back then. Not today, though, it seems. Don't you think this is all a little odd? Every single person from an 18-year-old case all sampled in the same place at the same time? Is in order? Yeah. Interesting. 34! Okay, she was 34. She was 16 back then. She was 16 back then? Well, she aged fine. For 34, holy moly. Yeah, you're both doing just fine. Gummy and I got ourselves all worked up for nothing. I mean, what's a Ace Attorney Investigations game without Kay Faraday, you know? Which is really funny, right? Wait, what was the part of the Three Crow? Okay, because her dad was part of the Three Talons. It was her dad, the woman who killed her dad, who is the assassin, and the prosecutor? No, Detective Bad. He was a third claw. Right, okay. Third Talon. Or something like that. I just remember that it was a 3-footed crow, and it was 3 people for it. Kay Faraday's dad was one of the talons, or one of the feet. Detective Bab was the second foot, and then their actual criminal who killed Kay Faraday's dad was the third foot. First up, the exhibits. There's a statue of two people on the left side, and on the right, some kind of two-horned animal. Wait, statue of two people and a two-horned animal. That sounds familiar? In fact, it sounds identical to the display in Winter Wing. Other than that, the place is looking pretty damp. Let's stop the... No, the sprinklers. Are there any signs of fire? Sprinklers look like the type that detect heat. Okay, wait. It makes no sense. Why would... Okay, spring, summer... Why is it winter, then autumn? And only from there, wouldn't want the art getting soaked for no good reason. It's manual. You can maybe check how bad was the fire gets soaked over. So, I'm guessing that the autumn wing actually had ice. The autumn wing. Wait, it's freezing. I checked the temperature. It's 26.5 degrees. Huh. I thought it would have just melted ice, but wait, what if... Okay, hear me out, chat. What if these rooms can move? I wonder... There's one guy, Miles' best bud. Wait. A bit of Marius. Sorry, my mind is racing right now. Like, I have a lot of thoughts about this case. I didn't see any, I didn't do anything. I don't think I did. Anyway, oh my god, just get a fucking... Oh wait. I was about to say, just get a fucking lawyer, but, you know, the lawyers are right here. Wait. Huh? Wait, hold up. Okay, wait, we've been saying that about Larry for 26 years now. Wait, but it's only been 18 years since the case. What? The timeline doesn't make sense. The timeline doesn't make sense. If it's been 18 years since his dad died, huh? Yeah, the math isn't mathing, chat. I didn't see any, and you can't prove otherwise. Ugh. Why does he have so many chests? I'll bide my time when he gets agitated and wait for him to calm down. What is he doing? He shouldn't prove too much of a challenge, so let's get this over with. I don't like mind chests. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I hate time trials. Bide my time. If you're gonna ignore me, then I'm gonna paint your portrait, and when I'm done, I'm scribble all over it. Bide my time. I'm joking, okay? I never scribble on one of my pieces. How could I? They're valuable artworks. According to you. But some people believe in my work. I'm gonna buy it again. She got Lulu, okay? And she says my pictures are masterpieces, so if she likes something, I'll draw it for her. How come you're here alone? Fine, Lulu says she's a Gemini, okay? I thought I could do a sketch of the statue to show her on her date. Actually, but you know, it being her sign and all, just thought maybe she might kind of like it. Wait. If he was here for the Gemini sculpture, then why was he in the Autumn wing? But I'll have my answers one way or another. Yeah, what he did after he arrived here at the gallery. I actually can't believe I got through that. Okay, ad break's gonna start. I'm gonna go take a quick restroom break. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's go drink some water. I think after this chapter, I'm gonna raid out. I think having lesser hours per stream might be good for my general health. Because I want to pace myself a little more. I think I burned myself out too hard. Last time I did this. So probably space myself out is better for my mental health, better, and you know, we don't have to. I don't have to. I'm now. I'm now. I'm trying to think of the words to say. Think of the proper words to say. I'm now less invested in streaming as a job. Oh, whoops. So I want to stream for fun, right? That was my whole. That was my initial goal, but I've I've just like lost myself somewhere somewhere through it, and um that's and now it's time to go back to our original goal, right? I want to get a job, get a good job, work, and when I play games, I stream. I want to make streaming a fun thing for me. I don't want to turn it into a grind set. I don't want to turn it into something that I am obligated to do so that I can live, so I can pay bills, etc., etc. I want to do this for fun. That's what my original that's what should have been my original goal, and it's time to come back to that. Anyways, back to the game. We'll see soon. We'll see what he's hiding. It's just a matter of time. So what did you do when you got here? Why are you staring at me like that? I don't remember. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I didn't know what was there. I just kind of hung around by the fountain. Okay, Zaji, if you don't have anything to ask, let me get back to my sketch. Oh. Oops. I didn't need to bide my time at all at that one. Didn't receive a pamphlet when you paid your entrance fee at the reception desk? You mean entry it's not free to get in here? It wasn't deliberate, there's a reception. Wait. Miss Bound wasn't at the reception desk? Yeah, but it looked like there was maybe somebody in the little room opposite. Huh. Had to enter the security room to activate the sprinkler system. Right after she finally got the place open for business too. Poor Judy. The gallery's greatest attraction, and it's gonna be ruined now. What? That the Gemini statue you came here to draw just so happens to be in said room. Therefore, it was your intention to visit the Winter Wing all along, wasn't it? I mean, yeah. Wasn't that... Wait, didn't we know that just by asking alone? Right? Am I going crazy? And yeah, I came here to visit the Winter Wing. I won't deny it. To watch his reaction more carefully and see what information I can glean from her. Let's see. What did you see into Winter Wing? But I kind of changed my mind once I got in here. Huh. Did you enter the Winter Wing? Because you didn't go in? I wanted to get in there, but that old guy came out and fell to the ground, and like I said, it was all pretty shocking. The victim prevented you. What? Came out of the Winter Wing door, and then down you went. It never happened. I'd be in there happily sketching away right now. I didn't not see something, but that doesn't prove that I did see something totally terrifying either, does it? Totally terrifying. Like what? Give out the truth, man! You didn't see something totally terrifying? Yeah. Are you some kind of mind reader? Fine, I guess there's no point trying to keep it a secret any longer. I'm not sure there's much point in you trying to keep any secrets, giving you a track record. It wasn't exactly the most edifying use of my time, but that's checkmate. Mind chess. Staring at that Gemini statue, my eyes were drawn to it.
Objection!
Wait, what? There's no way you saw what you think you saw. It's simply not possible. Why are... Okay, so there's 2 Gemini statues. So they were in the autumn, right? He was in, it says he was in the autumn room. Do I present the gallery pamphlet? Because he's supposed to be looking at... He's supposed to be looking at, the autumn, right? If he looked at the... If he was in the autumn room instead...
Take that!
The autumn wing features sculptures depicting Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. Not only that, but I've seen the statue depicting Gemini and the winter wing for myself. But you weren't... That whatever you saw, it can't have been the statue of Gemini. If that makes sense. What? That did seem pretty weird now that I think about it. One of the 2 people did look like a goddess, so the other stuff, I guess that wasn't my imagination either. Wait, hold up. Something's not right. I guess, I don't know. You're interested in him too, aren't you, Edgy? Great, let me show you. He's gonna drew a picture of it all, got the whole scene down exactly as I saw it. But I'm still not confident in my work, so, it's gonna be like a stick figure. What the? Right? Because it was scary. It was supposed to be a statue of Gemini, but it up and turned into a goddess right before my eyes. Wait. Hold on. So I think what happened, what's happening right now, it melted. Sun turning fish getting baddie. The statue's cursed? No. So what's happened is Frost's God, like, but goddamn, his drawings did so well. Hello? I thought it'd be just like a simple stick figure. So here's what I'm thinking, right? Frost art is actually was a crystal inside ice, and just now the ice finished melting. So that's why there's puddles on the floor. And it has something to do with the last case. Okay, wait, hold on. The other one was a cape. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna bring my mouse out. Okay, so we have this that turned into a fish. This is clouds on the winter room. But if we look here, it's covered up. So wait, so it's not Taurus. If it wasn't Taurus, then it should be Capricorn. No. Capricorn? Okay, so Capricorn and Aries. It should be Capricorn. Well, I guess it was used pretty recently. Okay, so the blowtorch was just used. Used by whoever let out the gas. The gas was inside the case until someone opened the lid. Oh. No, okay, it's the autumn moon, so I imagine it would be... It's supposed to be Taurus. That weird cloth draped around kind of tripped. So did Frost cover his work? Wait, so did Delicia actually kill the people? Okay, so that's Capricorn. So that's supposed... Oh no, that's Aries. So that's supposed to be Capricorn. No, the water beyond the floor has to be... It has to be from the ice melting, no? No. Pisces and Gemini look on the other two can't be fixed as easily, so covering their cases up with some lengths to disguise the autumn wing as the winter wing. Huh? Who's stopping it? The Judge Gavel! Oh, this guy. I hate this guy, man. My brain just, like, had flashbacks. I hate this duo. She's just a bitch, and Eustace is just dumb. Then you're telling me that I can just act as the defense, smiley face. But you lost the last case. And you know what, Gavel, you seem corrupt as fuck, man. Told me where the poison gas came from. It was it's a chemical you find everywhere. Can't think of the name. What? Hold on real quick, bruh. Ubiquium and Asphyxion. What kind of chemicals? Paint and dishwashing. On its own, it's entirely benign. Okay, so you're telling me... So, Delicia. It's nigh impossible for members of the public to obtain it here in this country. As such, we are currently investigating where it might have come from. You know, like, a pharmacist? The paint's on the pellet in your hand. He seems a little... He's a little prone to jump to the wrong conclusion. She's like a mom. She's like a mom, like doting on her baby, man. Gas victim poison was made from ubiquitin. Okay, but what about the asphyxium? Wait. So the ubiquium came from
Objection!
ubiquium came from the sculpture. So where did the asphyxium come from? Okay. When the victim was first on scene, gas victim poison was made from ubiquium. But you also have to just ubiquium. No, we have to have asphyxium as well. Ubiquium is also found in dishwashing liquids, amongst other things. He was carrying paint on his person. He was one winning side from the victim. So it makes him the winner on our list of suspects. I'm gonna press on this. Well, it's by no means certain that it wasn't either. Bringing home my winning deduction shows he had paint and he was closest to the victim. Oh wait, I didn't mean to. Okay, wait, so what if we presented...
Objection!
Because it needs asphyxium as well. Anything but winning, I'm afraid. Unless you're looking to win a prize for incoherence. What you deserve is to be... disbarred. Within the case containing the culture of Pisces. It always helps to listen carefully to others. The gas is created when ubiquium is mixed with another substance. Dude, the guy is like the literal meaning. The guy is literally the definition of the lights are on, but nobody's home. Already done his work by the time Mr. Bouts found the victim. And one's ability. Yes! I am making fun of you because you're stupid! That you cannot prove your artist friend did not enter the Autumn Wing. And you cannot prove the red paint did not have something to do with the crime scene. And that is what Eustace will be investigating next, or what he would already be investigating had you not been here making me. But he's the one who started accusing out of the gate. Hello?
Take that!
You're saying this somehow shows us how the chemicals were mixed to make the poison gas? Right, but that was the ubiquium. Some kind of evil spirit? No! It's just saying that he melted the sculpture. The blowtorch. Oh, I mean...
Take that!
Chemicals mixed. 100% sorry. I did graduate from junior high. Red make pink. I mean, there's variations. You got your rose pinks and your baby
Hold
pinks.
it!
Mix the two together and you get pink. That's what pink liquid is. Yes! Wow! Wow, he actually hit the right conclusion. He doesn't know.
Overruled!
Okay, we cannot presume that this shows the result of two having mixed, and besides, the sketch you are attempting to enter— Wait! Wait, hold up. Hold up. So my new suspect is not just Delicia Scone, but Judy Bound as well. Right? Or actually, Judy Bound wasn't there. Delicia Scone was the one at the security gate, security booth. That set off the sprinkler, so that no one would find out that she used the asphyxiation liquid. That makes much more sense. I'm not asking for your opinion.
Overruled!
Especially as there's another question to which you have yet to provide a satisfactory answer. How can you prove that this man did not enter Autumn Wing? Well, we know that okay, wait, I wonder if the Aquarius, Pisces. Something we can agree on. I hope you never come to, be a witness. They're gonna be unlocked from the inside. However, that does not necessarily mean that it was locked. Claim. Maybe your statement carries a little weight.
Objection!
Like the guy said, it was locked up tight. Ain't that so, Miles Areno? It is. Remember how it went? He tried to open it. The Winter Wonder Wings off limits? What gives? Yeah. Yeah. It was not possible to enter.
Overruled!
And what is to say that your suspicious friend was not in here with the victim the entire—
Objection!
The fact that he didn't suffer the ill effects of the gas. Search him for a gas mask if you like. Once again, Mr. Winter has fallen short of the mark. It's more information, that's all. I mean... Overruled. She's hot, but she's a bitch. In her line of work, to surely have a better idea of where such a thing might be acquired. Okay, I do. Okay, personally, I do think she is a suspect, but her and Judy Bound are my two lists. Okay, to be continued. We'll end it here. Alright, we'll end it here, chat. I wanna do this before anything else happens. Back to title. Alright, let's end it here. Let's stream out, let's raid out. I have no one in mind, however. I wonder if anyone... anyone is also playing Ace Attorney. I wish whenever I stream, Firefox is just shitting the bed now. I don't know why. Actually, I do have an idea why. It's not, and it does not make me happy at all. So what happened is that I kinda sabotaged myself, right? When I kind of restarted my reinstalled Windows. I think that's when the trouble began. Because not only that, I also had I tried to install the new power supply, but I think the power supply is faulty, so I might have to downgrade back to the OG power supply. So let's raid out. I don't. This person's playing Uma Musume, and you know how I'm a big sucker for Uma Musume, right? I would raid out to some, I would raid out to someone else, like anyone else playing Ace Attorney, but I personally don't know them that well. I mean, to be honest, I don't know this Uma Musume player that well either. So like, I'm kind of at a standstill. Like, who do I like? Do I raid out? Do I not raid out? I kind of feel like... Wait, did the ad break start? No. Nah. Yeah, no. Raid out to someone that, like... that I don't know, or someone who doesn't match the vibe. But like, I don't wanna leave y'all just hanging there. I don't know. And I kind of feel it weird to open up someone's stream before I end. Yeah, no. I guess I'll just end stream. No raid out. I don't know. I feel like a dick when I do that. I want to raid out, but you know, I don't think I deserve to raid out. Yeah, whatever. We'll end stream here. I hope everyone has a great day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And as always, please remember to take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next stream. I'll stream more. I think if it comes to this, like with like 2-hour streams and such, I think I'll be able to stream more frequently. Shorter, but more frequently. That way I don't lose my mind just like speaking and speaking and speaking and speaking. It just hurts me. Period. So, I've already said all my goodbyes. I told y'all to take care of yourselves, and now I'm off. All right. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate y'all.